Okay, sorry about that, guys. I see these are starting to get back in here now. I do apologize for that. I'm not sure exactly what happened. That kind of went crazy on me. Hey, Tom, how's it going? We'll let some more people try to get back in here. Gray, would you care to share this live to the people that like would need it, like in Daniel's chat or my chat too, I guess, because it seems like when I've closed one of the phones, something screws up. I'm not making anything right at the moment, but one video I'm going to be working on this weekend is a request. It's going to be we'll go with the term shadow box, I guess, with a plexiglass cover. Kind of like something you would, if you collect football jerseys or something like that. It's only going to be an 8x10, just an example of how you would build it because I don't have a big enough sheet of plexiglass, but I'm doing it so that everybody the person that requested it wanted to see how to make something to store jerseys, and I'm going to make a small 8x10 one. That way they can see what it would take just to upscale them the size to what they need. I'm glad everything's going good, Tom. Name a car for an edit. I name all my cars Betsy. Ooh, an owl house. That'll be nice to see. I definitely want to see that. That's one I've not really got to research much yet. Welcome back, Olay. Sorry, I had some kind of technical difficulties. You guys make sure you hit that like button. I guess it might help if I actually done it too, might it? I may do a video. I don't know if I will or not because there's not a whole lot to them. My keychain phone holders. I know. I think it was Daniel done one the other day of his keychain phone holders, but here's mine. They've been down here in the dust and they've got scuffed up some, so I need to go back and refinish them. But I had built a bunch of them up to set up the table to sell. I've got that phone propped up with one of them, and I've got several others here to finish. But there's really nothing much to them. I don't even know if that would really be worth a video, but I believe I can get $5 a piece out of them. I was a little bit worried about making them out of cedar because it's lightweight, but it seems to hold phones up just fine. I figured something like that's hanging up on a little rack on a table or at a booth somewhere. I'd say that would be a pretty big impulse buy for somebody because that ain't so big you can't stick it in your pocket. I know I've done it, testing it out. I made them with something. I made them with different size grooves for phones. Like this one will fit my phone, but it won't fit the fiance's phone here because damn, must knock it over. Because her phone has a big case on it, so. I've missed you guys. I know I've not got to do a live in a couple of weeks. I've kind of missed it. But at least I did get more than one video out this week. I know my last few videos weren't the greatest because I recorded them while I was sick, but I wanted to try to get a few done. That way I would have some to release throughout the week. Yeah, Ray, I mean, the prices here in town are like that too, and it just blows my mind. The pressure treated 4x4 that I got to do the Carpenter bee traps with is $9.89 or something like that. I'll call it $10, but cedar fence pickets here are, well, it's priced at Lowe's in my town at $3.89 or something like that, but the Lowe's in the next town over, they're $3.50, so that's what they charge here for them. They just haven't adjusted their prices on the racks. I found a lumber mill in town I'm going to go check out one day next week and see what all they have and see what their prices look like. Yeah, $3.49. That's what they was in Jonesboro. But here they was like, I want to say it was $3.94 or $3.98, something like that, right at $4. But since another Lowe's had them for a cheaper price, they had to match that price. So this time of year is about the worst time of year to buy cedar fence pickets because during the spring and summer you can find good ones, but during this time of year it seems like they're all garbage. I mean, the grain's really grazed on this one and it's full of knots. If I can do something with this without knocking that knot completely out, that might make a neat looking little design feature on it, but I don't have much luck of working with knots without knocking them out, so. Unfortunately, we don't have anything but a Lowe's in this town, so, well, there's another small place called something builder supply. It's supposed to be a cheaper place to get wood, but their wood is at least the same price and as bad a quality as Lowe's. I believe if we had a Home Depot here, that the quality of Lowe's lumber might go up a little bit because they would have some competition. I'll be honest with you, every time I ride by and see a cedar fence up somewhere, I do eyeball it and think, I wonder what would happen. Of course, I'm 45, almost 46 years old now. I can't be doing that stuff no more. Let's see if I can wipe my lens off. That's what camera's grainy as crap. I bet that was a fun ride, wasn't it? I don't think that a lumber supply company like Home Depot can move here. I think Lowe's made a deal with the town a long, long time ago to not allow another home goods place like, or a home improvement store like that to come in. See, I've been trying to find some stuff away, and most of what I'm finding is just, crosses and eggs and a tomb with a stone that rolls away, but that's all just jigsaw work. And I'm not good at shapes and jigsaws. I would love to have some more options as far as places like that. There's an Ace Hardware here in town, but their lumber selection is almost nothing. Tractor Supply Company doesn't have cedar fence pickets. I thought they would. Things like St. Patrick's Day and Easter are kind of hard to make things for because outside of, eggs and bunnies and shamrocks, there's not much you can do for those two holidays.
Call from +1 423 484 0379.
Hey Keith, how's it going?
423 484 0379. Incoming voice.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lowe's either,
484
but like I said, it's all we've got, so you got to race with what you brought to the track, I guess. At least that's what they tell me. Now there is in the big city up about 20 miles up the road, there's a place called Lumber and Craft. They have some nice hardwoods and stuff, but their price, I don't know, all lumber prices are really high right now, but I mean, hey, let me know how that bandsaw works. I've been curious about that. I've had my eye on it for a while. You know, guys, I'll be honest with you. So I thought there would be more interest in those wood burning markers than what has been as far as my videos go. I saw some plans for a couple of projects. I may try one of them if I can find some hinges or get them ordered. Another one I believe I may try. It was a coffee table with a inset for it. You can put either like a little plastic window planter and put plants in it, or you can put the plastic planter in, fill it up with ice, and use it for a cooler for drinks. You know, like an outdoor little coffee table type deal or end table. Yeah, well, you've got some good videos. Your burning and etching is really awesome. I would like to be able to get me a cry cut and a laser engraver and things like that. And maybe one day I'll get myself straightened out enough to where I can. But right now, it don't look like it's going to be in the cards for a while. Oh, don't worry. I'll be sanding wood all weekend. I've got a 3-day weekend, so don't worry, Jack. I'll be doing plenty of sanding. That reminds me, how does this look? Don't look like the water hurt it too bad. Yeah, anything outdoors right now, outdoor furniture, things like that, that's really what needs to be made more than focusing on a specific holiday, I believe. Except for maybe Mother's Day. Mother's Day, you could probably focus on that with a lot of different types of planters and stuff like that. When I checked the weather a while ago when the puppy got out at 12 o'clock, it was 25 degrees outside. My little heater in the shop here ain't keeping it very, very warm down here like it should be. But that's what happens when you get a heater at Dollar General, I guess. But yeah, this weather's something else, I'll tell you. It went from 70 degrees to like sub-zero or something. I think it got down to the teens one night. I've not made a stove topper yet. I need to try one of those. I'd say that'll be one of the Mother's Day projects. Hey Cheyenne, what you doing? You guys, Cheyenne is my niece. Well, my fiance's niece, but I claim her. I wish I could afford to shop. Yes, Olay, I 100% understand that. Because we're supposed to be on 9-hour shifts right now. And every other Saturday. That's what we're scheduled for, but between being sick and things blowing up, I've actually had a little bit of time this week, but I've been sick, so it ain't done me much good. But I work a 9-hour shift. I go in at 4:15. I get off at 1:45 and get it home at it's about 2:30 when I get home right now. I'm pulling more out time I get home. I go to bed. I have a schedule made out to where one week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm supposed to be in the shop from like 10 till 12 or 10 till 1 and then get ready to go to work. But making myself stick to that schedule has been a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. There's too much other stuff going on that I have to deal with around here. Do you need somebody to come over there and make Olay makes? And yes, Cheyenne, I will build you one of them. How many? Sorry about that, guys. Okay, try this again. How big do you want it? 1 closed basket, 2 closed baskets, 3 closed baskets. We got 11 viewers and 8 likes. Come on, people, tighten up on that like button. I'm going to start me a new channel called Make Olay Makes. I'm going to come over there with a bullwhip, and every time you want to make a video, I'm going to video me cracking that bullwhip. Matter of fact, I might make a video on 3-tier. Okay. I think I might make a video on doing one of those laundry organizers. Hey, there's the Whacking Shack. How's it going? Well, thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Mike, I'm pretty sure it's Mike. I'm sorry, I know I'm terrible with names. I'm pretty sure it's Mike. All right, I got you. See, I'll remember everybody's name in a minute. I tried to hide while I was in school. Does that count? I feel the exact same way, Jack. I'm not even 100% sure that Jack is your name, but your channel name is Jack in the Shop, so I'm going to assume it is. Nine people, 9 likes. That looks better. Well, we did lose 2 viewers, but I'm just glad I felt good enough to go live today for a little while. Even if it did take me forever to get on here. So how many of you have a handheld belt sander? Do you ever clamp it to your workbench like this so you can use it stationary? Yeah, I'm not real good at panel glue ups either. This one here that I was holding up a minute ago is pretty rough if you look at it. But then again, I was working with worked fence pickets, but I don't know if you can see how bad it is or not from the camera. Ooh, nice, Jack. That's my dream. To have all the tools. Yeah, that's where most of my tools have come from. It's either Harbor Freight or the pawn shop. The most expensive thing I have in this shop is my brad nailer. Well, the table saw once upon a time, brand new would probably been the most expensive thing, but I got it for $50, so that don't count. No, you're fine, Ray. Just don't read up in the chat everybody was talking about you while you're gone. I've not burned this one up yet, Jack, but it's a Warrior. I don't know how much it cost originally. It was like $11 or $15, but it was on the clearance table because I guess the box was damaged or something when it was shipped to them. But I mean, I've got a lot of good use out of it. Where I clamp it down, the tracking is a little bit off. Oh, that reminds me, Whacking Shack, are you still in here? But where I clamp it down on my workbench to use it stationary, it seems like it's made the tracking get a little bit wonky on it. I need to figure out if there's a way I can adjust that back, or if it's just something I'm going to have to deal with. That's right, Ray. That's how I feel about it. Talk about me all you want. I don't care. I guess it probably paid me to learn a little bit more about it. See, that's the tensioner. That's how you remove the belt. That's the speed. That's the trigger. That's all I see on it. But I ain't took it apart or done anything like that. I remember when I made that first cedar picket planter I ever made, just a regular one like everybody makes and sells. I had the belt sander then, but it didn't even cross my mind. I went ahead and cut up my fence picket, and then I got over here with my palm sander, and I was just sanding every piece and sanding every piece. And then it finally dawned on me after that first fence picket that I had cut up was sanded down. Why don't I just put the 80 grit sandpaper on the belt sander and sand the whole picket before I cut it? And then I just have to do the fine sanding if I finish it. This little sanding block here that I made in that one video, I use it a lot more than I thought that I would since I have power sanders. But after I cut something down, especially fence pickets, that's absolutely perfect for knocking the rough edges down. With my palm sander, when I'm sanding on a cedar picket, I tend to get too far. All right, Tom. You have a good day now. Thanks for stopping in and seeing us. Come by anytime. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing okay. Much better than I was this time last week, anyway. Okay. Excuse me just a second. I'm going to move this heater closer to me. Is that heater making too much noise where it's at, guys? Can you hear it? Okay, good deal. Can't believe I don't have to work tonight. I just don't know what to do with myself. It surprises me. I hate it because I kind of needed the money since I ain't got to work much this week, but I'll always take it to have an extra day in the shop, I guess. There's the Facebook group if anybody wants to join. I think when I looked yesterday, I was at like 250. Or 252, maybe. $253 now. Hey Dylan, how's it going? I think I figured out why we all like lives so much. It allows us to procrastinate and not do anything. I think that's what it is. I don't know if I can do a live and build at the same time or not, because I would hate to get my YouTube channel knocked away for foul language and stuff. I'm doing pretty good, Dylan. Better than I was last week for sure. This virus that's going around, it's a rough one. Good luck, Ray. The best piece of advice I can give is mute your microphone. That might be what I have to do. You know, Olay, that's really truthfully what it is. I mean, this is the closest I can come to being around people without actually being around people. And I like most everybody that comes through these things. People I meet out in public and have to be around, I don't usually care for very much. So, I think I need a few more organizers and some stuff to put in them. But yeah, I'd say here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, outdoor furniture will start selling like really, really quick. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Somebody's yelling at me. Holy crap. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. How many people ran away? Oh, we still got 9 people. All right. Okay, the puppy came back finally. Yeah, Joe does some pretty good work. Oh, believe me, we all know about old people problems. I can barely read the chat myself. There's no way I would be able to read it on my phone and have the camera at a decent angle, so that's why I read the chat on my fiance's phone here while my camera's over here recording. I did cave in and buy a pair of reading glasses and had them for like a week and then they disappeared, so. What size, Kevin? Hey, there's Red Frog. How's it going, Red Frog? The one that I made was 16 by 16, Kevin, and it took like $10.50 worth of wood just to make it. That's not counting glue, brad nails, screws, anything like that, or time. So, no, at $20, it's really not worth it. But you get these people on Marketplace making crap that won't hold up for more than a season, maybe, and they price it so low that you can't make any money off of it, and they just price the bottom out of the market to where it ain't worth making them anymore. Yes, that's about what I would have to, that's about what I would price mine at, 30 to 35, right? But I won't even bother making them. There's too many people doing them. Because it'd be hard for me to make them for price them for $35, and then Joe down the road, or Fred up the road, or Goober down the road would charge 15 to 20 for it. It just bottoms out the market to where you can't make any money off of anything. But I had intended on selling them when I made that first one, but I hadn't looked at them on Marketplace. I just went ahead and made it, and then I seen on Marketplace what they were priced at, and all the time it took going into making it. No. Now, if you leave it rustic, completely rustic, don't sand it down any or put any kind of finish on it, you might could get away with doing it for $20 and come out a little bit ahead. But the one I made, I sanded it. I think I sanded to 120. I don't know. I sanded it with 80 and 120. I was gonna, finish it up real nice, but I didn't. But it's getting to where it's hard to compete with some people because they're of the way they're doing. They're knocking stuff, knocking stuff out, pricing it so low that I don't know how they're doing it. Honestly, I don't. Yeah, now bigger ones you might get away with because I've not seen very many bigger ones like that sold. I've not seen any like the one I done in that video last week either, or week before last, 3-tiered little herb garden thing I made. I've not seen one of those sold around here yet, so that might be something that can be done. That first one I made, it took me a long time, but most of that was sanding it down because of how rough the fence pickets are. But you could probably batch a 12 by 12 or 16 by 16 out in 30 minutes, an hour. Yeah, I believe I seen your video on those already. I seen somebody's video on them. I think it was yours. What's everyone building? Let's see. I guess I'm getting ready to build a laundry organizer for my niece. I might go ahead and do a video on it when I make it that way. I've got another video to put out. I've got a video to put out. I'm going to make a little shadow box with a plexiglass cover with instructions on how to size it up or down for whatever project you would need it for as a display. That one was a request, so I have to do that one. Well, I don't guess I have to, but the person that requested it, I actually quite like, so I'm going to do it just to show them how. Because I'm all about helping people for some reason. Yeah, I can't wait to see that owl house. That's going to be awesome. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know owls would use a house. I thought they were more like turkeys and stuff and buzzards that would just roost in trees instead of using a house. Okay, there's enough onions in here now. I'm going to ask. The little short that I did the other night about how woodworking is relaxing, where I done this. Did you all like that format where there was a lot of cutting and stuff going on during the short? because it performed a lot different than my other shorts have. Most of my other shorts usually jump up to like 500 views in the first hour and then not do anything else. But that one, it took off slow, but it went up to like, it was at 830 or 40 the last I looked. So I think I might start doing some more shorts like that. Some way, shape, or form. Work a bunch of cuts or something into it. I had some stuff on my mind the other day, and that popped into my head, and I thought, that would make an awesome video, so I just went ahead and threw it together. Apparently, a lot of people script their videos that they make. And when I was first going to start, I tried to write a script for it, but I thought, I can't do this. I'll just say whatever's on my mind, and that's what I've done. Well, not everything on my mind, but enough about what I'm doing that everybody understands. Oh, and the review videos that I have done, I'm not getting paid for those. Those are not sponsorships or anything. That's just things that I have picked up that I thought you guys might want to know about. Like the wood burning pins. Those videos didn't get near as much attention as I expected them to, though. But that little bucket topper shop vac thing is awesome. I love it. Yeah, like when you're going through a build and you're making up the build as you go, and then you have to try to keep up with remembering a script too. That is a lot to do at one time. I mean, there's been times I've come down here and changed what I was going to build right before I hit record. Hey, there's Paul. How's it going? I ain't got to see you in a while. How you doing? Well, I guess I've got to see any of you in a while on my lives, but I've seen you in Daniel's, I think. Busy. Busy ain't no fun. But yeah, that's not enough really to cover the whole video, so I might put some instructions for this little keychain phone holder into one of my videos in case somebody was to be interested in it. It ain't but 5 minutes worth of work and then let them finish dry. Now, we were talking about Gorilla Wood glue in somebody's live the other day. I think it might have been Ryan and Mike's. I can't remember whose it was, but we were talking about it in one of them, and somebody said they didn't want it because they wanted to keep using Tite Bonds for their outdoor stuff. But Apparently, Gorilla Glue is typed for indoor or outdoor. This one here, this bottle here on it says type 2 for indoor and outdoor, so I'm going to assume that's like type bond 2. So they probably have a type 3 that would be just for heavy outdoor use. I'm going to have to do some more research on that, but I wanted to let you guys know that if you were there for that conversation when it happened. Maybe it was Chase's live we were talking about that on. I can't remember now. I don't know, I don't know, Paul, I ain't got to work much lately. Last week on Wednesday, I got sick and came home after 2 hours. I called in on Thursday. I went back Friday. I looked so bad that the boss man said for me to just go on home. I come home, called in Friday, or called in Saturday because we were scheduled for Saturday. And then Monday, I finally had no sense to go to emergency, and they put me out to list Wednesday, and I went back Wednesday. I got to work one full day, and they said that last night that something in the paint department tore up, and we had to come home at 10:15, and we're off today because of it. So I don't know where that's going to lead, but and we were off a week or two ago on Monday because of something being tore up in the paint department. It sucks working in a room with only one outlet, let me tell you. Oh, shit. Yes, it definitely does hurt the paycheck. I think after taxes and child support this week, my check was like $114. And I was like $50 or $60 overdrafted already at the bank, so I have $50 for the week. I'm not going to stress too much about it, though. Here in a week or two, it'll get caught back up. Why the hell is this thing rotating? Well, that thing rotated a while ago when I needed it to. Oh. All right, Ray, you have a good one now. I'm going to try to do another live sometime this weekend if I can catch a free spot somewhere. I've not really mixed shellac with anything else besides the stain. I haven't really had the need to yet. I had a spray can lacquer I tried on the first laundry organizing unit that I made, and I don't know, it just didn't give me the smooth top that I thought it should have. It was kind of rough after it dried. I wasn't a big fan of it. I need to try both together, but yeah, I don't know. Conversion varnish. Yeah, I may have to check that out. Oh, Lordy. Does anyone have any video requests of anything they want made or wants to see made or anything? Doesn't the denatured alcohol take the shellac away, Paul? Because alcohol mixed with shellac should weaken it up. Because that's what shellac is black beetle excrement mixed with alcohol, I thought. I don't know, maybe mixing it with poly, it wouldn't have that same effect, but okay. Because that's been one of the things I've always liked about shellac, using it, because of you mess up on the first coat, you just do your second coat and it lets it back up and straightens it out. That's one of the reasons I like to use it. Well, like to use the wipe on. I've started trying the spray here lately and it works really good too. But I've not really had to do a second full coat like that with the spray on, so. Yeah, for something like countertops or some tables or something, I would use something besides shellac, but just for little decorative type stuff, I mean, which is pretty much what I've been doing, it works just fine, but I've not really made anything that was going to be finished that I would use shellac on like a table or something, because I haven't had a need to yet. Any tables that I have made have been my miter saw stand and my workbench. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but everything's about that same price. Spray polish, spray shellac, spray lacquer's all about $13, $14 here. Yeah, I've never tried to do a French polish. I'm going to one of these days though. Now you guys make sure you jump on those Carpenter bee traps. They will be selling good here. April, May is when them bees start getting bad. They'll start selling pretty good. But around here last year, them Carpenter bees were terrible. I mean, terrible. I had one guy buy 6 of those Carpenter bee traps at one time from me. He said he had just built him a brand new deck and they was already tearing it all to pieces. Yeah, shellac is definitely easier on the nose than everything else for sure. That was the first thing I ever sold was them Carpenter bee traps. I went out and bought me a fort before, and that's a matter of fact, the pint mason jars that I've got all my stains that I made in now. That's what they were actually for, was for those bee traps. But I can replace those for like $12, $13. But I posted them, and after I got a couple of spam messages that first day about it, and then they started selling. Sell 2 or 3, buy the stuff to make more, and then when you start getting low, build your next set, and then when you start getting low, you just build some more. I mean, I did go through a couple of drills when I first started making them. My Black and Decker cordless drill, the charger quit working on it. That wasn't the project's fault. That was just because it was an old drill charger, and it just finally gave up the ghost. But I went to Walmart and got a hyper tough drill, and it lasted one day, I think, making them bee traps before it burned up. So I said, I don't even care if Walmart will take it back or not. I just left it laying down here, and I went to Harbor Freight and got me a Warrior corded drill. And after 90 days, something had got spilled upstairs and leaked down in here on my workbench, and the chuck got wet, and the chuck wouldn't open after that, so I had to take it back. It was 91 days, but the store went ahead and honored their 90-day warranty on it for me. I got another, and I've been using it ever since with no problems. So I've been impressed with that Warrior drill. That thing's got some oomph to it. To be as cheap as it is. I don't know, Paul. Honestly, I have not tried that yet, but I plan to. this year, some of my shorts are going to be featuring some of my products. It's kind of like a little commercial. I don't know, I might could even do a live like infomercial type thing, try to sell stuff like that, but I honestly I don't know if it will or not, but it seems like it could. When I get my website set up and I put stuff on my website that I can direct people to, that might help a little bit more. But I've wondered that from when I started in September. I wondered if I'd done shorts featuring my stuff that I make. I was going to build me a shelf and put it up against the wall behind me back here where I sit when I start my videos, and have all my projects in it. That way people could see them and say something in the description like, if you want to order any of these products, go to this website, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know that in a build video, it's going to help you sell products unless you're selling something that helps with the build, like who was it made the paste wax stuff or whatever it was? Like if they were to do a build and use their wax stuff in that video and then say, if you want to try this, you can order it from this website, that would probably be a good way to do it. But I don't know if showing how to build something and then trying to sell it too would work. That's where I'm hung up at on it. Well, Paul, the main part of a channel, I reckon, is to get monetized. But that's not really, well, I do want to be monetized. That would make me happy. But, you know, if I help one beginner get started and not be intimidated by all the shops full of expensive tools and stuff like that, I'm happy. And I've already had one person tell me I have already helped a beginner that was intimidated to get started, so. Now with what Olay does, yeah, that some of that stuff probably sell. From a video for sure, but right there you go, Olay. There's your way in. Make you a little, one of the little pet dish stands with a container on top that stores treats, and sell the treats to fill it up too. Before my interest got in woodworking got sparked back up, I was going to start making jewelry originally. tractors are moving around upstairs. I mean, as far as the jewelry goes, I have gotten to the point where I was ready to start making molds and making jewelry at least twice now. I've ordered a big block of pewter. I was going to start out working pewter, and then when I got to where I could afford to get some silver, work my way up from there and into gold. But I've had quite a few interests over the years. Many years ago, I had ordered a whole bunch of candle molds and stuff to open a candle and incense shop off of eBay. And my ex-wife kind of ran me down into the ground until I didn't even want to do anything like that anymore. So, and then I got interested in wanting to try woodworking, and yet again, she intervened and told me I was too sticky for something like that, and I let that stand. And it was the same thing with the jewelry. The first time I ordered the big block of pewter and everything. But my fiance now, she found out I had a woodworking video pop up in my feed. I think it was a Matthew Peach video. The one where he done the farmhouse calendar popped up in my feed, and that reignited my interest a little bit. And when she found out about it, she encouraged me to do it. And I'm like, wow, I've never experienced this before. I even looked into doing a food truck here at one time, and like you're saying, you don't have to own a commercial kitchen, but you do have to have access to a commercial kitchen for your prep work. Like you can say, the store down the road that has a deli, I could work out a deal with them to where I could use their kitchens in my prep work and pay them so much a month, and that would cover that qualification of it anyway. See, I would really like to do all of this full time, you know, YouTube channel, my woodworking, and eventually I'm going to go ahead and jump back into doing jewelry, wanting to do jewelry too. So I would like to do all of this full time. I sat down the other day trying to figure out how much I would have to make to be able to afford to put all of my time into it. And I would have to bring in about $20,000 a year between everything to be able to quit my job and be able to put all of my time into it. Okay, that's weird. Hang on just a second, guys. I better make sure that's not a call telling me I need to come on into work. I don't even know how a call got through. I thought my phone was on Do Not Disturb. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, it wasn't nothing. It was just a spam call. I could have swore my phone was on Do Not Disturb, though. Oh, let's not quit. Okay, I guess my Do Not Disturb button was on after all. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I'm reading back up the chat to see what all was said. I can't tilt over like that no more. Yeah, that's kind of crazy as far as laws like that go. I mean, I know people here can kind of skirt those laws by selling stuff that they bake at home at the farmer's market that they have in town. I don't know exactly how they skirt those laws, but I know that they do it. So, yeah, I'm about done with the cold weather this year. It is 31 degrees right now here. Too cold for me. At least too cold for me to be outside anyway. Hey, we got about 4 inches the other night. I've not freeze dried anything. I've dehydrated and I've canned. I'll tell you what, I'd like to have another dehydrator. I make some of the best beef jerky that there is. $130 a week, that ain't too bad at all. I'd say our food bill, if I can keep people from eating out, is about 150 to 200 a week. But there's a grocery store chain here called United Grocery Outlet. And they have really good deals. They have really good deals on meat. Yeah, I mean, is that even really a question anymore, Red Frog? Anybody that has any question about anything, we all tend to help each other out if we can. Or that's been what I've seen anyway. Of course, we didn't know that we had a freeze dry king in here, but the freeze dry king of Minnesota. Was it Minnesota? You said. That's your new nickname. Damn, where'd everybody go? Did my live quit? No, it's still going. Damn, I lost like all of my viewers. How much is hamburger made a pound where you live, Paul? That's about what it is here. Well, it's a cheap place anyway. We got a 10-pound roll for, I think it was $35 or something like that, $36. Oh, you don't have to make a separate channel. The name Olay Makes, I mean, you could include that in your regular channel and be just fine. Whereas, like, say, take Daniel's channel, Bearded Viking Woodworks, that tends to lean more just towards woodworking, whereas Olay Makes or Ricker Creations or something like that leaves it a little bit more open to interpretation on things you can do. So you could totally add that stuff into your repertoire of videos. Yeah, just make you up. You should have you should put all your videos in a playlist anyway. It's supposed to help them show up one right after the other in people's feeds. Make sure you do mine. I need all the watch time I can get. I do that at night when I lay down. I'll put somebody's stuff on and let it play until my phone decides it wants to give up. But yeah, I do know what you mean, Paul. You do lose that intimate feel when you get that many people. like I would just about guess if I would do my lives the other way instead of like this, I might get more viewers because these vertical lives don't tend to have a lot of viewers. But I don't like them myself, to be honest with you, when I'm watching them. But these vertical lives like this show up in the short feed when people are scrolling through the shorts, so that might end up getting you a few more subscribers. So it really is, Paul. It really is. We're all struggling now trying to figure out when to go live that we're not stepping on anybody else's toes. Or let me rephrase that. I know one person anyway, they don't care if they're stepping on people's toes or not. I won't mention any names, but I always do my best to make sure if Daniel or Ryan or one of them's going live, I'll wait till they're done, or wait till the next day or something. But I've not done a build just to do a build lately. All the builds I've done lately have been for videos. I might do me a quick little build just to be building something this weekend. I am still gonna pop out a few videos this weekend though. That way I've got something to release through the week. But if you do start watching somebody's video and decide not to finish it, at least wait till you're past the 30-second mark before you shut it off, because that's a metric that YouTube looks at when it determines what channels it's going to push out. If people are scrolling away before the 30-second mark or looking for something else, then YouTube won't promote them any. That's why if I click on one, I'm going to have to wait and watch it later. I at least wait a full minute. But we have a pretty good community going here, and it is getting really big. And I do love this community, I really do. And yeah, and that's why. Paul, are you in my Facebook group? But if you'll watch the chat, anytime somebody asks a question, I will, if I see it in time, I will try my best to answer it. Unless, I'm at work and they kind of frown upon you doing business on their time, but when I go to break or get off, I usually try to answer any questions that I've missed. All right, Red Prog, we'll see you later, buddy. You have a good day now. So how long have we been running since I got back up? Hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, I'll hang out with you for another 15 minutes and then I'll start on my videos, I guess. Told the fiance I wasn't going to have her phone but for an hour, and I've had it since 12 now. Of course, I spent 30 minutes of that looking for the puppy. It finally came home. But that's the whole reason I really want a channel, is to be able to interact with the members. I don't want a channel just for the sake of having a channel. I mean, I'm not the most experienced woodworker. I've only been doing this for a couple of years now, so I'm still learning a lot too. Yeah, I enjoy doing this right here too. I really do. I didn't think I would, to tell you the truth. Even after I made my channel, I thought I'm not going to enjoy doing lives. That ain't going to be no fun, but I enjoy it more than I do anything else, really. What if this little hardware store up the road's open today? I need a shoulder bolt. Yeah, I'll have to run up here and see if they're open. Yeah, Paul, here pretty soon I'm going to look into seeing what it takes to have a Discord server where we can talk. But, 10 or 20 people, that ain't too bad. But when you get up to 100 people, that's going to get confusing. I wouldn't mind texting in chats like this, but the fact that they limit you to so many characters is what gets me. In a small live, it's not too bad, but when you get in a big live, it's terrible, because you type out half of your message and send it, and then 200 other people have said something in between it and the rest of your message. But that's something I'm definitely going to look into here pretty soon, because I accidentally butt dialed a member of our community the other night. I had been talking to him on Messenger, and I was carrying some stuff outside, some steaks outside to put on the grill. And I had my phone halfway hanging out of my pocket, about to fall, so I had my elbow down on my phone, and I accidentally hit the call button and called them. That's the first time I'd ever heard their voice. But yeah, it would be nice to be able to just sit and talk. Well, and not be the only one talking. Let me rephrase that. I'll tell you what, these shop gnomes are tough little bastards. That video where I smashed them with a hammer, they still didn't smash, and I recorded that video 3 different times with the same 2 gnomes tied together. After the 3rd take, I said, you know what, that's good enough. They get the point. All right, you have a good one, buddy. I might try to go live again over the weekend before it's over. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna try. I'm just figuring out what in the heck I'm gonna do with these things. The jar toppers, because when I make the Carpenter bee traps, I don't use these. I just screw the ring to the 4x4, and that leaves me with a bunch of these that I have no clue what to do with. I bounced it off the support pole. But yeah, Paul, if you want to add me on Facebook or Messenger, go ahead and shoot me a message. And if you ever have any questions or anything, I might come closer to seeing it. But yeah, I know what you mean by everything you said. I totally understand and agree to a point. I spent the last 2 days looking at projects to do for you guys that you might like, but nobody else is doing today. Because I don't like making the same videos on things that other people are making in their videos, because it makes me feel like I'm copying them. I mean, there's been times I've had videos planned for a week, and then when I go to start on them, like the day I'm going to start on them, somebody else has released a video on it, so I decide not to do it and just jump to something else as quick as I can. Hey, no problem, Paul. That's why we're here, to help each other. I mean, or that's why I'm here anyway. Like I said, I would love to be monetized, but if I help one person get started and get going and not be intimidated by big expensive tools and stuff, then I'm happy. Because I won't lie, when I started a couple of years ago and I'm watching these videos, you know, seeing $3,000 saw stops and everything, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to afford this. And, you know, I took machine shop when I was younger, so I know there's other ways of doing stuff than that, but I don't know. It was off-putting to me there for a long time. But one day, me and fiance was talking, and she said, "Go get what you need to get started and get started." She wanted some raised garden beds, so I went and got some cedar fence pickets. I went and got me a circular saw from the pawn shop, and I was off to the races. Well, first one I made out of pallets, and the rest of them I used cedar fence pickets. Because I didn't have big enough pallets, long enough pallet slats for what I wanted, and I didn't want to do all that trying to rip down pallet runners and stuff with a circular saw. But I mean, at the Lowe's here in Greenville, like $3.49 for a cedar fence picket. It's a 1x6x6. Or you can get a piece of actual cedar for, it may have been a 1x6x8 or 1x8x6, but it was like $18. I mean, sure, you got to do a little bit of extra sanding on it, but that's a big chunk of money. I do too. It does make the shop smell good, and I do use plenty of them. So, yeah, it's pretty soft, but I mean it'll handle some weight. The bench that I made back last summer, I made out of 2x4s and cedar fence pickets. If I think of it when I get off of here, I'll post a picture of it on the Facebook group. But it holds me and my fiance and her niece, all three at the same time. So, oh no, somebody's coming in right as we're getting ready to leave. No. Hey, how are you doing, honey? Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Steve. I could not for the life of me think your name. Honey, 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 won't you open that door? Oh, Lordy. I've had a pretty good time today. What, don't sing? I'm a good singer. Mama said so. Oh, my Lord. It's just the camera distorts my singing voice is what it is. Oh, shit. Hey, go for it. You can have it. I'll allow it. Yeah, I got to get going too. I got to let my phone charge back up now before I can start my video because it's, oh shit, it's down there, huh? We've been going for 2 hours. Hell yeah. I'll be back live again sometime this weekend, Steve. I'm gonna try my very best to anyway. But guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you next time.